political discussion. Anyway, there is a huge politics that is going on from United States, Russia, China, India. Okay, these four countries are becoming a part of a very big kind of, I won't say politics, if then very big, a diplomatic turmoil now. That is Russia, USA, China, and India. Okay, what is going on? Everyone understand that what is the motto for the America right now? It is MAGA, make America great again. And this is only possible if America could retain its money, and then it would gain more money from the outside. Whatever is going from inside to outside, that should be as minimum as possible, and whatever is coming from outside to inside, that should be maximum as possible. So more or less it is something like that America has two places where America is spending money. One is in the Israel front, where America has been spending a lot of money since the inception of country called Israel. Since then only it is unstable kind of scenario. Other places where America is spending money is Ukraine. Since the beginning only, means Ukraine is a country. It looks like it is forcibly created country out of the Russia. So America and NATO country, more or less, they has been supporting Ukraine from the trade wise, from the technology wise, from the economic front. Lots of American and European countries, they had invested in Kiev, that is capital of Ukraine, and many places, so that Ukraine would sustain, Ukraine could grow. Same thing is with Israel also. Now somehow this both front, now it is something like that. It is sucking money from America. So now when America is in dire need of money, they have to stop giving money to Israel and Ukraine. More or less, they have controlled Israel for front right now. Means doesn't look like that Iran or Hamas or Houthi, they are going to create problem for the Israel to an extent, the way they were creating. 2 years back, Hamas fighters had fired more than 1,000 missiles in one go on Israel. We see the how much these people were thinking about the Israel. Now today the condition is they will think 1,000 times before detonating any missile on Israel. This is what America wants with the Ukraine and Russia. That Russia and Ukraine war situation should be completely over, and America should stop giving a single dollar to the Ukraine. Rather, America should earn money from the Ukraine. That is what the concept is. Anyway, it is badly raining out here, incessant raining for the past 24 hours, something like that. But politics does not stop, it keeps going on. Now, to stop the expenditure of money at the Ukraine front, now the Donald Trump government has decided to support Ukraine in the Ukraine Russia war. Okay, to support Ukraine and to something like that to oppose Russia. Two front. One is to support Ukraine. So America has decided to give high quality missile to the Ukraine. America has decided to give high quality anti-missiles to the Ukraine. What Donald Trump has he was completely against supporting any country in war kind of situation. In fact, he was a condition who was something like denouncing the Ukrainian president. That everyone saw it, what happened in White House. But anyway, not to end the Israel and Hamas war, more or less it is over only. Now they want to end this war only. The way they did to the Iran, the way they did to the Houthi in Yemen, and the way they did to the Hamas, now whatever they are doing to the Palestinian people in Gaza Strip, more or less they are trying same with the Russia now. Same. Now they are bringing all the missile and arms and ammunition to the Ukraine now, and there will be tight war between Ukraine and Russia, and this war Ukraine has to win, must, because it is getting military support, military from the United Kingdom and America. So I'm sorry, from the Europe and America, they are coming to the Ukraine. The way North Korea military, they are found in fighting from the Russian side. So this side there will be a military from this, and then money from this side, and then arms and ammunition. Now there may be a fierce fight between the Ukraine and Russia, supported completely by the US and United US and European Union. Okay, that is one thing they are trying to end the war. Second thing they are trying is that there is a fierce sanction they have put on the Russia this time. That crude oil, whatever Russia is exporting, it cannot go beyond $46, whereas crude oil price in the global scenario is around $69 per barrel. But Russia cannot sell for more than $46. This is economic front and military front. Both are there trying to stop Russia. Means Russia, if it is in battle with Ukraine, then Ukraine forces will be very powerful, and Russia would meet the defeat. That is the one scenario. Second scenario is Russia will not have any money to fight in the battle. To avoid to divide Russia from the monetary fashion. Now America is an European Union, they are sanctioning Russia. They are putting secondary tariff on the Russia. What is secondary tariff? If any country, if, if it tries to do any trade with the Russia, he will face 100% tariff. This is the exact threatening to India. Okay, exact threatening to the India, because India, China they cannot threaten. India and China presently, they are the highest buyer of crude oil from the Russia. Russia is getting hundreds of billions of dollars from these two countries only when it is selling the crude oil to this country, and that money they are putting into the war. As far as India is concerned, India export is mainly in the services sector as far as European Union and America is concerned. In that fashion, whatever money is coming from European Union and America inside India, more or less half of it is going to the buying for the crude oil only. They are trying their best that India somehow it get dissociated to the Russia, and they have sanctioned one energy sector or the oil refinery in the Gujarat also belonging to Naira Energy, where the Russian company had 49% share. Means Russian crude oil was coming to Gujarat for the purification refinery for refinement. They have sanctioned. They are doing not only that, there is called shadow fleet. Shadow fleet means Russia has set of ships that transport the crude oil. They are not using the global G7 ship. In the global transportation of the crude oil, G7 countries they have complete control over the world. Russia is not using them, and instead Russia is using pipeline to transport its petroleum products, or it is using shadow fleet of the ship, another different ship. That also they are trying to control. Means somehow Russia should become zero rupee or zero ruble country. Means its export should completely become zero. If Russian export becomes zero, then Russia will come to its knee when there will be a fierce opposition in military section from the Ukrainian side, supported by European Union and United States of America. This is what the plan is. Okay, in this plan, now this is the one area. Another area is they are trying to gather all the countries who are near and dear to the America in this forum. Right now, focus is Russia. Okay, in that fashion, Ishiba Shigeri, Mr. Ishiba Shigeri, I believe this is the perfect name for Honorable Prime Minister of Japan. Now, till some time back, the President of United States he had declared 25% tariff on the Japan, and very surprisingly, 25% tariff on Japan is considered as very high tariff, and Ishiba Shigori he kept quiet. Okay, when America put Japan into the tariff list, custom tariff 25%, rather than negotiating, sending any delegation to the America for the negotiation for the trade tariff deal, the Japanese Prime Minister kept quiet, and this is becoming a something like it is something like a highly suspicious for the America Donald Trump. Why Ishiba Shigori is keeping quiet? The reason what Ishiba Shigori is giving that why he is keeping quiet is there was an election for the upper chamber of the Japanese parliament, and there the Liberal Democratic Party, from which the Ishiba Shigori belongs to, it lost its majority. Now it has to form a coalition government more or less. It lost majority in both of the houses. I'm not saying that the opposition have the majority, but there are many parties now. Single party majority is missing. So he is busy in that. This is what he is saying. Means he doesn't want to comment on the 25% tariff. It is okay for him. In that fashion, Donald Trump is repeatedly he is inviting Ishiba Shigori to come to America and make a final deal before the 1st of August. It is something like you get something without you are looking for it. Means America wants Japan to be a tight partnership. It should not go along with the China and Russia. This is what the focus is. So America is inviting Japanese Prime Minister Ishiba Shigori. He should come and make a trade deal. No, Ishiba Shigori, rather than going personally, generally these kind of country, the head of the state, they do not travel much. It's not like India. Okay, so rather than he visiting there, he has sent his personal associate out there, and his name is, I believe, Mr. Rosai, Mr. Roy Rasoi Akjawa, Mr. Rasoi Akjawa. He is the person he is visiting America now seventh time, but Prime Minister is not going there, and there he will be there. He will be talking to, I believe, the Secretary for the Commerce, Mr. Okay, Howard Lutnick. I believe he will be talking to him and finalizing the trade deal with the Japan. But this is what America wants, not Japan. Japan, more or less, it is trying to get aligned with the China now, more or less. For the trade, Japanese Prime Minister, he has talked to Xi Jinping on the phone that he is more or less he is looking toward the discussion with the China now as far as trade is concerned. So it looks like that America, Donald Trump, he has declared the trade tariff with the Japan, but he is not in easy situation. This is the second front I am talking about. That how it may change the Russia America scenario, because Japan, if it comes towards China, then more or less Japan will be aligned to the Russia, whereas Japan is always aligned to the Ukrainian side. Japanese Prime Minister, he visited Ukraine Kiev, even though Japanese Prime Minister, he never visited Moscow. I mean, Japan is along the side of America, NATO, and Ukraine. But the way trade war is going on between China and America, and the way the tariff list is very high, the rate is very high, Japan has made its mood now to go along with the China. It is considered as one of the major defeat of the United States government or Donald Trump. What is third thing I want to talk? Third thing is India. If I talk about Japan, then Japanese Prime Minister is getting what he is not looking for. And Indian Prime Minister is not getting what he is looking for. Indian Prime Minister, as far as trade is concerned, he wants to go with the NATO country, European Union and USA. As far as security is concerned, he wants to go with the Russia. Japan condition is opposite. As far as security is concerned, it wants to go to the United States, so that anything happens through Russia or China, then United States would save Japan. But as far as trade is concerned, now since tariff is very high, Japan want to go with the Russia and China, whereas India is different. India want to go with the Russia as far as security is concerned, but it want to go with the United States and European Union as far as trade is concerned. Now see the Indian condition. Indian Prime Minister, he was in America in the February March time frame. No trade deal happened. Even though Indian Prime Minister means vocally he talked about $500 billion trade between India and USA. After that, Indian Commerce Minister went there. That was to the promise that Donald Trump has made during the ceasefire between India and Pakistan, that there will be a lot of trade between India and Pakistan. So Indian Industry Minister, Mr. Piyush Goyal, he went there and he offered 0% tariff if American product enter into the India. Then Indian Industry Ministry official went there. They came back empty-handed. Then again they are there now. Indian foreign minister, he tried to book a discussion call with the Donald Trump face to face. He was denied. Okay, in that fashion, day by day are passing, but trade deal with India is not announced. Even though Donald Trump is saying that trade deal with India is on final stage, he is saying for past 1 month on side of Japan, Vietnam, Indonesia, UK, China, trade deal happens in 1 minute. But with India, for past 3 months, trade deal has not happened. Indian Prime Minister was there. Then Indian Prime Minister was in Brazil. Indian Prime Minister was in Trinidad, Tobago, Argentina. He was roaming around there only. Okay, still trade deal with India is not there. This is the condition that is extremely, it is considered as extremely paradoxical condition, or someone can say in bad word, extremely insulting condition to the India. Means they are showing to the India that we are doing PT on you if in services sector we have invested in the India. This is PT on you. Okay, if you want the PT from our side to continue with you, then you have to dissociate with Russia. Otherwise, this PT will not continue. Okay, instead of disclosing the trade deal with India, American president is busy in reiterating that because of United States ceasefire happened between India and Pakistan. Even though India has many times he has said that as per the Simla agreement or whatsoever, India cannot involve third party in the peace treaty. So America was not involved. Day before yesterday, again, for 24th time, Donald Trump, he said that ceasefire happened because of him. This proves that Donald Trump deliberately he is insulting India. Deliberately. He can keep quiet also. But deliberating he is insulting India. So that India either break tie up with the America, this is what it is okay for them, or it break tie up with the Russia. Anyway, this is something that it was never seen in the India prior to 1991 when India opened the liberalization. That foreign company they can invest in India in services sector. Prior to that, foreign company they always try to invest in India in services sector, and they were kicked out by the Indian government, Indira Gandhi, and by Indira Gandhi and prior they were kicked out more or less Rajiv Gandhi also. Okay, but 1991, the bar was the curtain was the door was open, and they came voluntarily. Now, condition is of India, it is so much dependent upon foreign company that they are doing in and out to increase in the services sector, in and out. 20, 35 years back, they were chasing out this company, and within 35 years, their economy has become such and dependent upon foreign companies, multinational company, that they are ready to face any insult from this country to any extent. This is the condition of India now. What is next move? Indian Prime Minister is going to United Kingdom. This is in move to to someone can say to motivate American president to invite him there also. If United Kingdom Prime Minister can invite Indian Prime Minister for the trade deal talk, then American president can invite Indian Prime Minister. Indian Prime Minister was in Canada some time back, and then he had chance to talk to Donald Trump face to face. Rather than talking to Indian Prime Minister, Donald Trump he cancelled his G7 meeting and he came to Washington DC, and he was in phase of inviting Pakistani Army General. This is the extreme height of insulting Indian Prime Minister. Then Indian Prime Minister is calling him up through phone, and then he is asking him to come over here, stop over here while going back to India. This is amazing. At least personally, I have never seen any country doing like this. Now he will go to United Kingdom, forcing or motivating American president to invite him again so that they can finalize the trade deal. Because what kind of this kind of is it something that it looks country like India, which is the largest democracy in the world, and then kind of biggest economy in the world. Does it look good on it? What is meaning of largest economy in the world? I mean, what I want to say is what is meaning of becoming a democratic, copying the democratic system of America when you are facing insult day by day?